Good morning and welcome to What's New with Mike and Jeff, your Saturday morning hobby hangout coming to you live via the interwebs. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is the wolf himself, Jeff.
Somebody's had a lot of energy drinks this morning.
And just one. Just one that I slammed down intravenously. Just pumped that stuff right into my veins and got my body flowing. So
awesome, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have to adjust my volume because we're really loud this morning, which is really weird.
Good morning, Don. He has joined us bright and early.
Yay, Don. How you doing, buddy?
So how you been? How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm doing all right. I've been a little sore this morning, but I think that's because the last 2 days I've been trying to walk at least 5 miles a day. Not all at once. I break it up into 1 mile or 1 mile, 1.5 mile walks. But I'm sore today.
Well, when you start moving muscles that don't normally move on a regular basis, they have a tendency to get a little sore.
Are you trying to say some of my muscles might have atrophied?
A little bit.
Sitting here so often is probably part of it. So
you got to get one of those core balls that you can sit on when you're painting, and you can work on your core muscles.
I should have kept my old chair where I had to slide on the wood versus this nice easy roller here.
Oh, there you go. That would have been that could be a whole new workout regimen, because now people are working from home.
Yeah.
So they need a new kind of workout regiment type thing. So now they can do all their hard sliding back and forth without wheels. What we need to do is we need to take the luxury away from people's lives so they can work harder just to function.
I should call Cecil and ask him if he can make me a converter. I can make these standing desks at some point where I can just raise them up and paint.
They have those. So our dispatchers have those.
Right.
Their desk, the whole, and you got to keep. Our dispatchers have 8 computer monitors.
Yeah.
They've got all the different programs, and they've got so they just have different, and everything elevates, dude. It's just like.
Yeah. I should do that.
So our city spent tens of thousands of dollars on those, and I've never seen one of the dispatchers standing up using it.
But they have the option.
They have the option. I just never see them use it. Good morning.
This muscular rebellion.
Yes, my muscles want to rebel. It's the bad.
They're going, what are you doing? We were enjoying ourselves. Stop moving. What are you doing?
We were on a permanent vacation. Now you're making us do stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear that you're walking.
Yeah, I just got to get out and get moving. I mean, that's the biggest thing. So, and I kind of expected this because I went from, I walk back and forth, but when I spend so much time sitting at this desk. I mean, I eat meals here while I'm painting. I'll sit outside and I'll eat meals, and so yeah, I kind of expected my body to go, hey, what the heck? What's going on?
The good thing is the pain is temporary.
Yes.
The results are long lasting.
It will pass. Pass. So
just a couple weeks, dude. Just a couple weeks.
We got some picks. Want to look at picks?
We have lots of picks. Yes,
we do. Did you like that subtle subject change?
That's okay. We're all good. It's all good in the hood.
It's all good in the hood. And waiting for you.
Boom.
Joe's at it again.
Well, and it seems like Joe's cranking these out, and and they're looking good. I'm liking them, but I guess he's getting the metal miniatures to match.
Right.
So that's kind of a cool concept for a gaming company. Hey, here's the cheap plastic models for your board gamey type thing. Let's face it, a lot of board games are hybrid games. They come with really cool miniatures, but they're really still just a board game.
Yeah, and the plastics of a lesser quality, so they're really impacted by your room temperature and where you store them, so they can kind of mold, or not mold, but melt.
But the fact that they're offering a metal miniature for those people that are into painting and really want to paint a nice,
that's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. I like it. So he's cranking these out.
Yep. There's this guy, little dance.
Macarena. I don't know how the song goes.
This one I thought was actually a repeat picture, but it's not. There's two of this guy. They're not this guy, but the guy in these garments with the
Oh yeah,
with the cross.
He's got a flower pot on his head.
He does.
So, yeah, and this is probably somewhat Spanish War character. I don't know what time period. But with the cape and the hat and the garb and obviously flintlock.
You know what these models have actually shown me and made me think of this morning? There was actually a time in human history where you were not considered fully dressed if you weren't wearing a hat.
Yes. Yes.
And now we stare at guys that walk in wearing a fedora like, what's he up to?
What's that weird hat on his head? Hey, I wear a flat cap now. So
there you go.
I like my flat cap.
This guy's trying to cut a birthday cake.
He's got a lot of work ahead of him. There's no birthday cake. I thought he was trying to carve a turkey. Yeah, and you can
see an action shot.
The sword's a little bent, so maybe he was trying to pry something open. I don't know.
that goes back to that soft board game plastic, or as I like to call them, Reaper miniatures.
Yeah, it's not just reprint, unfortunately.
That's true.
So, but he's great. There's the family portrait.
Group shot, and this is a shot that let me know there are two guys that have the cross on their back. There's one here, and then there's one back here with the nice hat. So
yeah.
But see, almost everybody has a hat on. So you weren't dressed during this time period without a hat.
But he did something. He put the white background up because painting these miniatures dark, there's not a lot of super bright highlights. Highlighting, but not a lot. He's not doing the bases because it's a ring system for the game. So he's painting these specifically just for the board game.
Well, I have to be honest. These areas here, they trip my OCD.
Oh, I know, because yes,
my brain screams right now. These aren't done.
Yes, so, but in Joe's eyes,
criticism, Joe. That's how my brain works.
But for the board game aspect, these are done.
Yeah, because you got to put the color coded rings around them and all that good stuff. So I get that. So,
but yeah, that would freak you out.
I mean, it's just it just trips my OCD. So, and then this is a project that Steve is working on, I believe. Is that
yes, very nice, great colors. It looks like he's using some metallics.
This is a clip from the movie Kitchen Wars, where 40K miniatures come to life at night and battle on apparently a ceramic stovetop.
And once again, I get here to finish my minute. Well, it's okay, Joe. You're here, though. That's the important part. So. Okay,
Joe, you've already seen the miniature, so you don't see them on the show. You've seen the miniature, you've seen the pics. It's like watching a rerun.
But he wants to see him on TV, so he can go back to one. But Steve's doing a great job. I guess this is for a present for either his is it his girlfriend or a family friend? Somebody. Did I miss any tips? Just the tip.
The only thing I would say, Joe, is like I said last week, you need to concentrate a little more on faces, and you need to slow down a bit because I can tell from looking at that you're rushing. That's all I'd. But I understand these are for a board game, so it's more important to get them out and get them painted than you got the metal ones coming where you put a lot more effort in. If that makes any sense. So, but yeah, Steve is again. We got Steve's action shots here.
Yes, he does do some good photographs.
He does let us have them from all angles. I'm trying to see. I'm kind of confused as to what story it's trying to tell because there's two ways you got basically a Sisters of Battle and a Marine fighting on this outcropping together, or the Marine has decided that he's going to kill the sister with a mighty sword blow. I haven't figured out what the story is yet, so I've got to find out because if you look at it, like here he's chasing her, come here, sword. Where if you look at this one. They look like they're fighting together. I'm trying to figure that out. So,
well, I'm sure he's not done yet. So let's see what it all turns out to be at the end. But I like how he's going, and he's not doing your typical gray rock or brown rock. He went with a blue ice chunk. I guess you could say it's ice chunked or just some sort of different color material, which really helps with the whole color feel of the model.
Yeah, it does have a different color to the rock. And, what are these?
These were something I was working on. These are Reaper models. There's a little painting thing going on at the shop down the street. They were selling random miniatures in a bag, and you had to paint them. And this is what I ended up with. So, and I had a theme. Can you guess what my theme is?
No.
Winter.
Oh, winter theme. Okay.
So that was my theme. So
I was trying to connect the uniforms as to what that theme might be, but
yeah, winter. So
winter. It's cold outside.
Just went with cold. I wasn't very creative. Not fun models to paint. I had to, again, I could understand as a commission painter how it can be challenging sometimes when you get a commission where you're just not super enthusiastic to paint such a commission.
And you have to grind through it.
It took me a month to paint these two little miniatures because I was just kind of.
Yeah, they don't look bad.
No, I mean, the blue was a new experiment for me.
Right.
To get that edge highlighting on the blue, I didn't want it to be super stark. So what I did is I did a super stark edge highlighting, and then I glazed it down.
Yeah.
With some glazes, just so that it wasn't super white, or it was actually like a lighter blue. I just glazed it down a little bit and just had some fun.
Red and green are the ones I actually enjoy doing because for me they're the easiest. It's when you start getting into the blues and browns and doing the layering and the line highlighting that it gets a little. I struggle a bit with it. So.
And as far as the cat people them go, they got some special name in the D&D world. I don't know what it is. That was easy. That was just a blue wash and then dry brush white. That was just a dry brush technique just to get, because it's fur, so you don't want it to look perfect. And
once again, the background is cool.
Well, yeah, it's a little snow background. I thought that was a good giveaway. And then of course the Everland sunset on all, or sunlight, whatever it is, Everland.
Good old Everland sunset.
Sunset all over the brown. Yes. So Tim and I played Gaslands on the demo board yesterday, and had a blast. It is super challenging to play on, but we can't use it as a demo board for new players.
Yeah, that's too difficult.
It is. You really have to manipulate. Oh my gosh!
I was gonna tell you this. I actually thought about it after the show. Building a board like that as a demo board is actually kind of giving your players a little bit of a false impression that they have to have something like that to play.
Yeah.
That was my only thought about. I mean, I love the board; it looks great. I'm not taking away from that. But when you do all that work to make it look aesthetically pleasing, and then you bring a new person in, they kind of want, unless you show them, no, you can do it with this. They kind of have this image, like, because I've heard people that GW struggled with this because people come in, we have this gorgeous table, this beautiful terrain, and people say, yeah, I love the game, but I can't do that. And we'd have to go, no, you can just play on a kitchen table. You can use books for hills,
Right. You just don't want to have that in your store.
Right.
Like GW store. You don't want like a green mat with books and stuff like
that. So you have to make a point to they didn't realize it, so they actually had to add in that, you can play this anywhere. We just have this nice aesthetic display to kind of give you the feel overall of the game. Yeah. So, but I love the board.
We played on that yesterday. It was a blast to play on, though. Like,
I bet
people that understand how the game works, and maybe it can still be we're going to use it more for a demolition derby, smash 'em up kind of game with more experienced players.
Yeah, because on that one, you gotta not only focus on trying to combat your opponents, but also you got to combat the terrain. Right. I think that's probably a great aspect for me. I would love that,
because it's immovable terrain. So when you hit it, it's hitting, you're taking damage and hazard tokens, and you're wiping out. It's super brutal. And we could, like, gear 3 was the highest gear you could possibly be, just so you could use all the templates. If you got into gear 4, you started limiting your templates you could use. Yeah, because that's how the game is played. It's based on your speed and what templates you could use. There was none of us. We were never going to get into gear 5 or 6. Like there's
a point where you go, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna potentially have a shot, but that's gonna put me into this wall.
The other option is we're gonna make it a motorcycle race.
Oh yeah,
the motorcycles, because they're so small,
right?
We could probably zoom around a lot easier.
I would love that. That would be, to me, it just adds. Again, that's one of the reasons why I like a lot of terrain on the table, because it actually adds an aspect of difficulty to.
And this was just brutal, and you didn't want to wipe out. So one of the concepts in Gaslands is managing your hazard tokens,
right?
Because the reason you need to you don't want to wipe out is your opponent at the end of the wipeout has the opportunity to turn your vehicle and face it in any direction.
Right.
Well, this isn't one of those places where you want to be facing backwards, because it's hard to get out of that backwards facing.
You get turned around, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So like it was a lot of fun.
Ooh, went the wrong way. Boom.
It's all right. So we had a good time, but we learned we can't use it. But we are going to be doing, and Joe, I'm going to send you a message later today to get a something posted up on the IOG website or Facebook page. We're going to be doing demos at IOG on January or July 3rd. Probably going to start around 11 o'clock and run for 3 or 4 hours.
They're on one of the J months.
One of the J months. Come on, you guys. Letters, words are not important. You know what I'm trying to say. Next Saturday, IOG, the release of Dominion and Gaslands demos going on at the same time. The world is crazy. Everything's falling apart. That's right.
This guy's on fire.
Yeah. When then I ended up right. That's me in the other car, and I had smashed right into him. You're on the calendar for January. Thank you, Joe. So next Saturday, you guys, we're going to be doing Gaslands demos at the shop. We're just going to lay out my neoprene roadmaps, and we're just going to have fun. We want to build the community back up.
Well, I would love to play on that board, because like I said, one of the things I love about like Formula D is that, you know, you have to kind of be in mind of the terrain you're playing on and where the turns are. And if you go for broke, that can cost you. So,
and it costs dearly. January 3rd is a Monday. Okay, well, but we're playing next Saturday, so whatever the date is for next Saturday, July 3rd. I'll send you a message, Joe. Hopefully, I type it right, because apparently he's going to take me at my word. People that read, I don't get it. We aren't supposed to read. Just look at pictures and go, okay. I send pictures. So anywho, yeah, it was fun though. So
yeah, that was.
And when you come out in August, we will get you on the table.
I'm hoping to play. I'm going to bring my car. I want to also. I was chatting with Mark Fallows, who's one of my guys I talked to about the OG, to make sure that, you know, I've got like 4 guys around the country that are avid players and play a lot more than I do. And I was talking to Mark, and I said, dude, I really want to get it, because Mark is probably, in my opinion, if I could actually say there's a guy that plays 40K that I admire his play style, it would be Mark.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but when he's playing, he's focused.
But he's surgical when he plays, but he's still
a nice guy,
willing and able and enthusiastic about helping his opponent who might be making a mistake. I mean, I've heard him probably no less than a dozen times go, if you do that, this is how the rule affects it. And it's not done in a snobby or looking down kind of way. He's just being honest, and he's playing with a guy, and he's very friendly. And so hopefully he and I are going to be able to get a game in when I'm out there.
And I also think he understands the OG.
He does.
And he knows the OG. He knows he plays competitively and casually, so he knows the rules. But he understands the OGs just for people that just want to play and have a good time. So I think he comes in it with that mindset.
Right.
Where some of the people I've played before, they come into it just to stomp and whatever. But he comes in it with a very open-minded.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of respect for him and his play style.
Well, and that's why I like the group like Raymond and Eric and Mark and some of the other guys.
Yep.
They're trying to grow a community, and they don't want they've seen what happened to War Machine.
Yep, absolutely.
And I wish more people would pay attention to the history of how some games have destroyed themselves by building such a competitive
War Machine
environment. What's that?
War Machine.
Yeah, but building such a competitive, aggressive environment and how it destroyed their game.
Yeah, when your motto is play like you got a pair, that attracts interesting people.
Right. And
that's one of the ones to do that. So
Well, Magic, again, Magic attracts some of the most competitive
Oh God,
and yeah,
and then they decided we're going to have monetary rewards for tournaments, which just makes it worse.
Yes, now we're going to reward you for your competitive.
Yeah. Well, you can be competitive and still be. I mean, again, Mark, in my mind, and a lot of the guys that come to the shop that play ITC embody this. Mark's the one that I've seen the most.
Yep.
I've seen him play up close. When I'm at the judges' table, he's usually right there, and because he always ends up, for some reason, always ends up at the table next to the judges' table. And all the guys. That's one of the things I actually admired most when I first got to IOG when I came back out in 2015. Was I had literally been to 100 shops. I've been to more than I can count competitive organized events, including ITC. And the guys I ran into there that played ITC were different than the other ones that I've met.
Yeah.
So
I think you got to read the room. You got to know where you're at. You got to know what you're doing. Sure, if I was at the actual ITC Grand Tournament, I would be a little bit more reserved and focused on the game. But
right,
the IOG or the OG is just not that game. It's just hey, look, we're gonna have a little fun. Yeah, we're gonna hand out some things.
We're gonna sign a door.
Yeah, but we're just gonna have a good time. So let's enjoy the moment, enjoy the game, and celebrate the fun of the game. I don't even know how to play 9th edition. Like, I don't even think I could be a ringer this year. I am so far out of the circle.
It's from my understanding, it's not that dramatically different. I've been diving into the rules and kind of doing some mock scenarios myself to get familiar with it. It's not that much different, but there are some subtleties to it. So
yeah, well, I know we do command dice are different.
Yeah,
there's secondary objectives now. And I'm like, I don't even know what primary objectives. I go to smash people. like that's like, when we were doing 8th edition, we had the cards and it was just different. So, but you'll work that out. So
yeah, I gotta locate some open war cards.
Do they still have open war cards? Are they still?
They do. I just gotta figure out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do that. That's the big question I got to get done right now.
Yeah, because I know now objectives are a little different for holding objectives. They've changed the rules a little bit. Primary objectives are basically hold objectives. And that's one thing.
Right.
And then secondary objectives are usually something that you do during gameplay, like you kill a unit or you do something, you have more people in one place or another. So it's different. It's not the same as what we did in 8th edition. So
we'll find out on August 21st.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll bring my Gaslands cars and I'll put those on the table and go, oh wait, wrong game.
I'll do what I always do. I'll sit at the judges' table and I will enter scores and chat with people.
There you go. You go. Maybe you'll paint something. Last time you built models, didn't you?
I built models in there, yeah.
The Woody and
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, those were actually really cool models.
They're gorgeous models. I can't wait for the new Bandai kit.
Oh, you know what I saw the other day? The trickiest thing is terrain rolls. Okay, well, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I saw a Star Trek card deck building game made by Bandai. I'm like,
that's interesting.
It was I was at Bookman, so it was an older game. I was like, Bandai made it.
There used to be there. I have a collector tin of all the old Star Trek collectible card games. But I didn't know. I don't realize who it was made by. So
it had Bandai's branding on it, and it wasn't old Star Trek. It wasn't the TV series. It was the newer stuff.
Discovery, that kind of thing, or Next Generation.
The art was different, and the people did look familiar. So
I'm talking about the Razor Crest model.
Woo! Oh yeah, no, but you said Bandai, and I was like, that's.
Yeah. No, the Razor. I mean, the Razor Crest model is the one that I'm excited to get my hands on. We should do
we need to do a build thing.
A build on that. Yeah.
Where
there's two versions coming out. One is just a regular Bandai kit that needs to be fully painted, which I ordered plenty of for the shop because I know that you, me, and Darren each want one, and then anyone else. But then they have one that's already chrome plated.
Right.
I only ordered a couple of those, but they're
well, and I worry about chrome, like, because we build model cars and we build model kits, and the chrome that they usually dip models in is it's toyish from the word go. Would you like the promotion of the OG to start? That's a Joe. That's a you thing. So
I will let you know, Joe. I'm still working on getting the flyers done. I'll probably have them I'll have them run to Darren to get his approval, hopefully by next week.
So hang tight. We'll let you know, Joe.
Yep.
But anyway, so I'm looking forward to that because I would love to build that. I'll display that in the
it's going to be a gorgeous kit, and it's a Bandai kit. So I'm excited to see what kind of quality it is.
Well, because I want to do like the rub-on paste, and I want to like try some new painting techniques because it's chrome, but you obviously don't want it chrome, because it's a scaffold, so you want it to be a little different. So anyway, I'm going to kidnap you.
Oh no, I'm going to just switch cameras.
Well, I have to turn on all these other lights because I got to have special lights on the mustache. It's in my contract.
I was going. That picture I sent you earlier.
Which one?
The one that was about what I said was the future picture of what's doing Mike and Jeff show.
Yes.
Really was going to. I actually had the thought of putting that in this morning's pics, just to go. And I've got a picture from the future, and this is what's doing with Mike and Jeff. But I forgot. To be honest, I completely spaced it. I forgot to do it.
So this is the van that I've been working on for a while.
You want full screen? Full screen coming. Well, I can't. I'm not in charge. You are. I forgot. I thought it was Wednesday night. Oh no.
And you're not really even in charge on Tuesday or Wednesday nights for some reason. I do all the talking.
You just take off and run, and I just let you go.
Yes.
It's only annoying when I'm getting ready to say what you're about to say.
And I just blurt it out.
It's like, okay, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that.
No, I'm here to help. So anyways, I was thinking I was going to weather this up. And now the more I look at it, like I'm really happy with my paint job on it. So I think I'm just going to leave it. I don't think I'm not going to weather this all up and make it, I'm going to do some light weathering. Like I'm going to do some black washing in here to make those vents pop and things like that. But I think I'm going to leave this alone. I like it. So I don't know. I don't think everything needs to look destroyed in a post-apocalyptic world.
That was my motto for my entire 5 cars I did, remember?
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta weather it. And then I was like, nah, I think I'm taking Jeff's page on this one.
These are the cars that are there's got to be a guy in the Gaslands universe that just has a car dealership and builds cars for people.
Well, there's got to be a car wash in there also.
Somewhere
there's a car wash in a post-apocalyptic world. So my guy just washes his car. I'm sorry. Graphics should for the OG should be an old Hive Tyrant with 2 walkers, 1 for each set of arms.
I'm not paying for another piece of artwork. I already paid for Herman, the old Space Marine with the walker.
Good morning, David. Yes, it is not humid in Carolina. You're not what? You're teaching at UNC this morning. What? What are you teaching at UNC?
It's insanely humid there, I would imagine.
Yeah, I didn't know David was is he teaching computer stuff or?
I'm assuming.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that. So I'm gonna probably just do some light, like I said, some little weathering on that, but I'll get a photo up of it. Oh, web development, sweet. I'll get a photo up on the old interweb Discord channel. But I'm happy. I like how I did my graphics. It's just, I don't know. I'm super happy how that turned out. And then I'm also slowly working on my big 125 millimeter Canon truck. So you will get to meet this soon. Sweet. Oh, you're teaching remotely?
No. So he's online.
Well, then he's not in Carolina. He's in Arizona.
Yeah, he's in Arizona. He's online.
Humid, yucky weather.
Nothing wrong with that.
So I started getting the wheels washed and painted up a little bit.
Right.
And I'm really happy with how that brown turned out.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's a little bit it's not just brown, it's it's a lighter brown, but I think maybe a little Everland sunset on the edges, and then I'll go back in. So I did all the chrome on Wednesday. Remember,
Right.
You're painting all that chrome. And I did that because I knew I was going to do some washes and some dry brushing, but I wanted that base of the gray down first.
Right.
So that way, when I go back over it, like the very edges and everything's got some gray on it or some silver. So that was just a design. But now I need to do the main body.
I have the one glove on because that's the one that's handling the model, Raymond. So that way I'm not touching it to rub off the edge highlighting that I've done.
He's starting a new fashion.
Yes.
Wait, that fashion's already been started. You're like,
but it was white.
Wasn't it diamond plated or something?
Yeah, it was bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
Yeah, since I don't have a way of holding this model any other way to paint it, I put the glove on. That way I'm not, my oils and acids on my fingers aren't going to rub off the edge highlighting and other things. So
that took a long time to do.
Yep.
So what I did with this model, you guys saw me last week. I did a bunch of pulled out the silver. I washed it with some contrast. Because contrast paint mixed with dry brushing actually works out really nicely. So that's what I'm doing through now is I'm just going through and I'm just kind of dry brushing it. And this is going to darken everything. And then once this is darkened, I'll wash it again with contrast paint. And then that will be it. And then once I get it right where I want it, then I don't know if I want that orangish tint to it or not. I could glaze over it all with an orange.
There's where I'm at so far with this hip shield.
Oh, look at that.
So
that looks awesome. Your edge highlighting is on point, dude.
Yeah, we're getting there.
It's getting there. Oh,
John says he's assembling a Deadpool model from Crisis Protocol. It's amazing how different it is to assemble. Yeah, it's definitely more a true 28.
Yeah, well, that Marvel Crisis Protocol is really blowing up at the shop.
I gotta get my set painted.
And I got to see Don yesterday, actually.
Oh, nice.
He came in to look for he wants to get the core copy of the game. So Darren had a huge orders this week. So a lot of companies got stuff on restock. He got a Asmodee yesterday.
Right, or the Asmodee order, yeah.
And that was just a major order. He actually didn't go to Montana yesterday like he originally. He stayed back to do the orders because it was so big.
Right.
So everyone pitched in and helped out. We got that order put away quickly because I was like, I felt bad for him. Like, dude, you're supposed to leave. So we all pitched in, got the order put away. Sometimes, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just get a bunch of people together and you can blow through a big order, get it on the shelves, get everything done so people can buy it.
Yeah, the type of plastic, Don, that they use, you may have to go to a different type of cement, like a CA or something, if it's not welding, because sometimes the plastics are don't actually respond to the weld.
Also, what kind of plastic glue are you using?
That's a good point. Are you using the Revell or the Model Master stuff, or
even yeah, because that could be a challenge. And I don't know, like on CA glue, when you talk about CA glue, like sometimes there could be a residue from the casting process that could cause the CA glue not to adhere.
That's actually a really good point. If there's release agent on those models, that'll also inhibit that as well, if you're not washing them.
So I have not built any of my Marvel Crisis Protocol master stuff that we use when I tend to use the master stuff. That is what I tend to. So he's using the master stuff. So
the Model Master stuff, yeah.
That's pretty good plastic glue. I've never had a problem with it. So I'm gonna have to lean that there may be something on the models.
There could be some kind of release agent left on the
or an oil, like some of those release agents are kind of oily.
Yeah, most of them use talc, but some use special formulated chemicals that can cause some issues.
So wash the models.
Well, the other thing is if you actually have, because they actually lubricate those dies once and then do a production run. And if you get if you happen to get the models from the first couple runs after they've lubricated that die, it will have a higher content of that product on it.
Yeah, just easier to wash them.
Yep.
See if that helps. If that doesn't help, then maybe I don't know. Could glue go bad?
Not normally, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I've never heard of that, but
I've never had it happen. But
But it is Dawn. It may be a Dawnism.
Okay, fair enough. This model on the shield rim has some really nasty undercuts around the edge of this shield that I've got to dig into to kind of get some paint on them.
Yeah.
I got invaded by grandkids this morning about 20 minutes before the show started.
Yeah, how was that?
Did you win? I never win.
I know.
I always end up sacrificing things for the grandkids. Because I'm probably the weirdest grandfather they could have. I have a lot of toys in my room.
Right.
And they're like, I want this, I want that. Okay, go ahead. And I have pop figures everywhere. And
it's almost like, you buy pop figures, but they're not necessarily for you.
Some of them are.
You know what I mean?
Well, if you go out in my living room, I've got a couple ladder shelves, and all the pop figures I don't care if they play with are on the ones they can reach.
Right. And all the ones you care about.
All the ones I care about are on the upper shelves that they can't get to, which ironically they're like, well, I want to play with that one. No, you cannot play with my Wyatt Earp set. No, sorry, can't touch them.
I've had glue go bad. You can tell because glue changes. Yeah. Well, I've had CA glue over time lose its.
If you seal the model master, I have never had model master go bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you're, I put a little wire down the tube every time I'm done using it to make sure it doesn't dry out or anything. But I've had CA go back because it starts to turn yellow.
Yeah. Which it does even when it's on the model sometimes.
Yes.
This is the most stimulating thing I can possibly do is dry brush a model. But I like how the brown comes out. So once I get a wash on this, it's going to look really sharp. So I'm excited about it. I've got to go out and buy some GW oval bases, though, some larger ones.
Yeah.
Because other companies have not stepped up and started making oval bases yet.
Yeah, no, they have not. Oh, by the way, remember when I said I'm going to get these Scout 75 brushes? You said, yeah, we can do a thing on the show about them, so I'll pick up a set as well. And then the ones that I ordered at the time I said that have still not arrived.
Yes.
They're out for delivery right now.
All right, so Wednesday.
Prepare for Wednesday. Yep.
Mine have just been sitting there taunting me.
I came with this idea, and I thought, oh yeah, we can do a thing. Yeah, awesome, great. It goes, okay, I'll pick some up. And you got yours, and I'm sitting here waiting.
Well, if you had an awesome game shop just down the street from your house,
if I did,
you wouldn't have that problem, sir.
But I don't.
No, you don't. There it is.
But it gives me someplace to come visit when we're not in a pandemic, 2 to 3 times a year.
Yes. And we are all looking forward to your visit.
I know I am. It'll be nice. Of course, listening to the news about all the fights that have been breaking out on aircraft, I may be on the UFC Delta flight.
I didn't know there were fights breaking out. I haven't heard anything.
There has been something like a 300% increase in physical altercations on board planes.
Because what? People don't want to wear a mask?
I don't know what it is. They're really. I think people are just so tense and pent up that it's coming out. People are just getting angry.
Well, we have lost some of our social
yeah
abilities because people have been so cooped up at home, and they get people. Let's just face it, people get super aggressive on the internet, especially Facebook, saying things that they would not normally say. We all know that's true.
Right.
And I think they're going out in public and they're just getting super frustrated with being able to function. I don't know.
Yep. No, I would agree that it's a lot of pent up aggression and frustration coming out.
Some people just need to just take a chill. I'll sometimes I get frustrated. Like, it happens.
What?
Yeah, I have my moments. I have my moments in the sun.
We had joy. We had fun. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's funny.
Seasons in the sun.
Who was that?
God, it was it Captain Tennille?
No.
I have no idea who that is. The song just popped into my head.
Well, your memory is solid.
Well, my memories. I used to. Luckily, I have my phone like everyone else, and I have an actual.
You have Alexa. You could just go, Alexa, who sings "Season in the Sun"?
Yeah, but then people you'd start activating her just because.
Damn, you were on to me so quick. I just can't get one past you.
It was done by a guy named Terry Jack.
Okay. Terry, look who popped. Someone's got their Google foo on.
Yeah, Joe's doing his thing.
I guess in the future, as long as we got Joe watching, we can just ask random questions and he'll look them up for us.
Joe will be our Google.
Jogo. That doesn't work.
Raymond's our 40K rules guy. So.
And our Horus Heresy expert.
Yes, he is. Yes.
I wonder where the GW is going to go with that game. Like, you don't hear a lot about it anymore.
No.
So I don't. And again,
a lot of my buddies in the UK do a lot with 30K.
Book wise, they didn't. It wasn't like paperback. They put out really nice books. Unfortunately, the last one they put out really triggered my OCD because it was a lot thinner, and it was a different size.
It didn't match the set.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't good.
Well, it actually stopped me from wanting to collect the rest because it's like, okay, if it's not going to match the hardbacks I have, then why bother?
What's the point? Concur 100%.
We're getting there slowly but surely.
I should zoom in a little bit on this. Look at your hand. Look at your watch.
my Fitbit knockoff.
Yeah. So remember last week I was having a heck of a time with the driver.
Right.
I couldn't get the arms because it required the other different torso. So there was two torsos.
Oh, okay.
So he could only have been on the one torso, and even this required some manipulation of stuff. But he is done. I finished gluing them together this morning. Now I never got any of the black books for Heresy. I got the red ones, just the rules. Well, Raymond, if you want a collection of the black books, you let me know. Is that a Rotex? But I gotta fill in the gaps where the arms had to be that don't quite mesh flat, which was a common problem with the old flat arm models.
Right.
When you had different poses or you didn't use the correct pose. I don't think I could afford it, but the Prosperos one real bad. I forget what number the Prosperos one. If you just want to read it, I'll be more than happy to lend you my book, Raymond. I trust that you'll take care of it. I don't think you would trash it. I would hope you wouldn't trash it. But if you just want to read it, it just sits on my shelf.
I think it's book 7.
Hold on.
Mike is off doing some research.
No, that's going to be one I don't have. I don't have the Prosperos one. So that's probably, remember when we were buying those over at LVO?
Yeah.
And then after LVO, we found out they were stopping the production of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that might be book 4 or 5.
Could be 4.
5 or 6. One of those two. Because those are the two I'm missing in the middle.
I was missing 4 and 6, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
Now I want to go check mine. Now I'm confused.
Yeah, because we could have bought all of the rest of the books, but we're, they're $75 a pop.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'll just get them later, because it was, big boo-boo.
I was too busy buying models.
Yeah, you were. No, I think you bought one.
I bought one of the books.
I think we both bought the newest one that came out at that time.
Yep, that's true. All right, Matt, you got the best thing. I'll be right back.
All right. Which was foolish of us because then after LVO, they announced that they were no longer going to be produced. A couple of the books got changed, and they went to like a paperback. Again, they screwed up the line. And a couple of them went to paperback, and just kind of made collecting them not as much fun. And trying to find them on the internet, we all know out of production stuff on the internet from GW immediately triples the price. And even I have at some point I'll just give up the collection, because I'm not going to, I just refuse to pay stupid prices for stuff. Just simply, I don't know, I'd rather pay stupid prices for Hot Wheels. So, but it's a gorgeous book collection. I mean, just a gorgeous book collection. Black leather-bound books. Awesome art inside. Lots of paint templates and information. Again, it's all basically the storyline behind whatever chapter you're reading, or whatever chapter the book is for. So it's unfortunate, but we are used to this from the gaming company that we love so much. They drop product lines like hot potatoes. What'd you figure out?
The Prospero book is book 7.
Okay.
And I'm missing book 4 and 6.
Okay. Then I'm missing books. I'm missing 7 for some reason, which is weird, but not surprising.
And the one I think I bought at LVO was book 8.
Yeah. I think that's the last big one, because book 9 was it's book 7. Let's see. All right. So look how dark that wood came out. It's still got to dry. But
looking good though.
Cheapest I've seen it online is $250. Yeah, I'm just not I'm not crazy.
Well, they did do 4 and 6 in paperback, which made me hesitate to buy it, but I may have to, just to have a complete set. And that's really all it's about to me, is having a complete set.
Yeah, but like $250.
Well, that for the paperback or the hardback?
Probably a hardback because
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on the book. But if I can get the paperback,
yeah, I just won't put it on the shelf.
I haven't even taken book 8 out of the shrink wrap yet.
And 9 is the one that really messed everything up.
Joe says he's missing 1 through 9.
Yes. So last time we were on the show, I had these guys soaking in Purple Power.
Purple Power.
As you can tell, I got a lot of the primer off. This model also had a lot of green stuff going around the neck, and the green stuff in the Purple Power just flaked right off.
Right.
This model, I don't know what it was painted in, but the paint's not really coming off. So it could just be a better quality paint or a better quality primer that's holding the paint on.
Right.
But it was enough for all the glue to break loose, and I could take the model apart.
There you go.
So now I'm just gluing them together. But over at the dollar store, I found a bunch of these metal clips for $1. Obviously, there's 6 in a pack, and they work out really good for these.
Yeah. I have a dozen of those that just for stuff like that. They get come in handy.
Yeah, it's good to have. So you can I also use the clothespins, but the clothespins I use for smaller things. These I use for bigger things. So I just have a box full of random stuff. So dollar store. These actually had some pink rubber stuff on them. It just peeled right off. So
sweet.
So anywho, my little hobby tip for you all.
I'm in the middle of a small crisis here. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
My bottle of Gilliman Blue is missing.
Oh no.
So I've ordered Elkton PD to rope off the complex. No one gets in or out until I find it.
Yes, because that stuff's like gold for you. What are you gonna do on the one day that stuff is totally gone?
Change armies.
That
is my for my Space Wolf. That is my Averland Sunset.
And that's a must for you.
Yeah, I gotta have it. Gotta have it. Where the hell is it? I had 2 bottles. One was partially used. One's completely full.
I'd look for you, but I'm no good.
Well, I'm about ready to have a Karen moment.
Oh no! It's gonna melt down on TV.
Oh well, I'll find it. It'll turn up.
Yeah.
It's probably shoved in one of these little nooks and crannies I have around me. I have so many of those. The best part is I'll be doing something else. Oh, there it is. Found it. No, I didn't find it. But that's what's going to happen. Whoa! I'm rocking my new Death Wolf T-shirt today.
Yeah.
Kind of excited about the brushes getting here today.
I'm gonna have to finagle these guys in. I think I have to pry them in a little bit. I think I have to manipulate some of the plastic when I put them in. I know I tested that before I glued everything together. I'm excited that you're getting. What do you know? Which ones you got? Did you get them all
on the brushes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them all.
Okay, because I only got 3 of them, but they were the 3 that because they even have like a longer bristle. But we'll talk about them on Wednesday. So
yeah, yep.
Because I have to retire some of my Winsor Newtons. Well, one of them, anyways.
Yeah, I have one I got to retire on my Windsors. The biggest thing is, though, what I want to check is a lot of times you'll hear, and there's a lot of brushes out there that say they are like the Kolinsky or they're the Sable natural hair brushes, but they're still not as good as a Winsor Newton Sable hairbrush.
Correct, and they price point you would think they're up there because they're not cheap.
No.
So Don said he broke out the 1, and he loves it. So
is that the Scale 75 one, Don?
I'm assuming that's the luxury one. But I've got I'm looking forward to the 4 basic because I like a bigger brush.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, Jonathan made that statement about being able to load more paint, and on that gold trim, I ended up going to a much larger brush to do my fine lines because it had a better tip and held more paint. I mean, I was using a very fine brush, and completely changed how I do it now because of that conversation with John one day.
Just the tip.
Why do I give you ammunition? Why do I do it? Why?
I don't know, dude. You're just insane.
Insane in the membrane.
Time to drill. Time to drill. Time to drill. You gotta drill up their tail holes. Yeah, it's the scale 75 luxury size one. Yeah, I got one of those.
Yep, I will have mine.
Yeah.
Today.
Today.
I'll have all four. I have all four of them today.
And for those Age of Sigmar fans out there,
and
I used to use the bigger brush for a long time, but I like the size one. Yeah.
Say I use size ones, but never for the project I'm working on now, and I'm kind of disappointed that I waited so long. So
yeah, it's just a matter of preference. Everything's preference.
If you like Jonathan made the statement and made me think, and I went, well, let me give it a try. I'm not one to,
you should always try.
Let's see what happens. And it worked really, really well. So again, it's that comfort zone thing.
Well, you know me in comfort zones.
You like to blow them up.
I do not like being comfortable. I like wearing comfortable shoes, though. So one of the problems with these models back in the days, they had these really fragile tails on them, and they had these long stems. So what I've always done is I've always drilled the hole a little bit bigger and kind of put the tail all the way into where the curl of the tail touches the model. That way you had a better glue joint, and yeah, they didn't stick out as far, but they didn't break off either.
Boar tails, horse tails, and for Flames of War 50 caliber machine guns.
Yep.
Always break off.
Yep. So
I ended up taking all of my when I was playing Flames of War consistently. All my they have those lovely 50 calibers that mount on the cupola, and they would always break off. So I ended up taking a day and taking all of them apart, pulling all those guns off, and basically putting a pin as the stock of the gun, or the for the bracket for when you put them in, and I pinned them all in place and ended that from happening.
But the problem with some of the Battlefront miniature, the 50 cals, is they were metal, and you would end up bending the barrels.
Yes. Well, no, I actually switched all mine to plastic and actually put a pin for the rod that held it onto the
it's the metal mount. I almost picked. I forgot to pick up the most recent version of Damaged, Weathered, and Worn.
Yeah, I need to get that too. I haven't actually ordered it from the shop.
They did a post-apocalyptic car build.
Oh, that's right up your alley right now.
Well, it's a fun build. Looked like they did a cool job on it. A lot of good weathering tips.
I may have to call the shop today and have them pull one aside for me.
For August?
No, I'll probably I got some other stuff I got to order. So I'll probably order it and then have Cody pay, ship it for me. Cody's really cool. I actually PayPal him the money. He then pays for it, and then I include a little extra for him, and then the shipping cost. So
sweet. So there's two different types of tails for these boards. There's the like flat type one, and then there's the curly tailed board tail.
Right.
So the flat one, I'm going to have to shave off just a little bit so I can get it to go in a little bit further. Normal stuff.
Yep.
Normal stuff.
Yippity. I'm doing these undercuts on this shield. I haven't got too far. I don't know why I'm still wearing my glove for. I don't need it right now, but I'm going to be handling the dreadnought legs here in a minute. So
you're starting a fashion thing, dude.
Well, I wear this glove a lot when I'm painting here for commission work, but I very rarely wear it on the show because I'm usually working on something I can see a little better, or that I can handle on a paint handle. But I just want to work. I haven't worked on the dreadnought all week, and I'm kind of jonesing to work on the dreadnought. And I can't. I normally take Saturdays to continue working, but I have a commission I'm trying to get knocked out. So after the show today, I'm going to pull the commission out and start cranking on that.
What commission are you working on? Anything?
I'm finishing up the Chaos Army for Colin.
Sweet.
I just finished. I'm working on the last 10 models of Black Legion. I want to get it out in the mail to him on Monday. And so I got 10 models. I finished 5 yesterday, and I want to do the last 5 today. I've gotten everything else done.
Very cool. All right. I need to find some stuff. There we go. Well, it looks like the Dominion box set wasn't as crazy of a pre-order thing as things in the past.
Like that?
Well, like people were still able to order it even the next day, so it didn't like totally sell out online and stuff like that. So that's maybe their little queue system that they came up with for ordering helped alleviate some of the craziness, or
right,
hopefully that helped. Made it hard for people to go in and buy a bunch of copies to turn around and sell on the eBay. All right, the boards are done. No, this is all little stuff, doing little stuff.
Me too.
Now I'm going to fill in the gaps on the arms with my epoxy sculpt.
Hey, Rob, what's going on, big man?
Hey, Rob has joined us. We went to one of those antique stores shopping things that we do. Andy likes going to.
Right.
Found me one of these. I'm going to use this for Gaslands, right? Out in my garage for working on cars. Normally, when I find these older ones, couple things, they're usually cracked or something. This one's still good. It's still the base of it is still movable. It's pumping air out, so there's no crack, and it's still in good shape. It looks a little crusty inside, but I'm just going to put cutting oil in it.
Rob's getting ready to go for a birthday in the park.
Woo woo! I wouldn't go to a park in Arizona right now, but
he's here. He's here in Elkton.
Yes.
Isn't it raining where you're at, buddy? I know it's pouring. It's raining here in Elkton right now, in my part of Elkton.
Sprinkling at worst. All right, sweet. Got to get the best GW tool ever made.
Yes, I love that tool. That and the mold line scraper.
The sun is out. Oh yeah.
Oh, good, because it's right now here where I'm at. I can look out the window. It's actually raining. Rain. So
rain. We had some rain during the week.
Yes, it's still good fishing weather, buddy. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys had some rain.
Turned to mud. Turned everything to mud.
Made everybody drive crazily.
Yeah. Yeah, out here, well, one of the problems out here is because we get so little rain, the oils on the road really become an issue.
Oh, yeah. You can actually see it.
Yeah.
You can see the oil being lifted up off the road.
But people drive like it's still normal weather, and it's like, you need to slow down a little bit. But, good luck.
Yep.
And that's why accidents go through the roof during the rain out here. I'm sure it's the same. Well, I guess where you're at, you probably have oil, but because you get so much rain, it just isn't a big issue.
Yeah, we still have to do with fact people don't know what they're doing in the rain.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, yeah.
Yeah, I had to watch it on the motorcycle when I was out there because I would ride right after it rained, and that oil would be up on the, it could make it a little slippery.
Yeah. Well, the other problem for motorcycle riders is all the dirt leaves the potholes.
Yeah.
And you think it's a puddle, and you've ridden on that road 100 times.
Yep.
Never knowing that was a pothole.
Yep.
Because all the dirt fills it in. Yeah. That's why isn't it like you're supposed to ride, if you're riding a bike, you're supposed to ride in the traffic's, like the car in front of you's path, like where they drove, so that you can see that kind of stuff.
You ride in their wheel track.
Yeah, that's it. I thought John said he was going to join us today since he was on vacation.
He was talking about it with something. He's on vacation with the missus, so who knows what happened.
Still better than I'm old temp style Habu. John lies. John doesn't lie.
Well, I imagine John had every intention of being here, but something else came up.
Called the wife wanting to go to breakfast.
Could be a number of things.
Well, he's visiting in-laws.
Yeah, so,
Who knows? He's probably out. Like, last time, didn't they go like crab fishing or something like that? Or
well, he's in Nebraska. They don't crab fish in Nebraska.
What were they? Didn't they get? They did something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, there was some kind of an event. Of course, he is crab fishing. He'll be there a while because he ain't gonna find one.
Well, I don't think he fishes for the fish. Or maybe they got some lobster or something. They bought some big lobster or something like that. I don't know. I remember some cooking event extravaganza with something from water.
It could very well be.
So right now,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right now, I'm just trying to fill these little gaps that were from the arms because they didn't line up flat.
I'm actually just doing the wolf, the rust gray portion of the shield. Also, I did get a notice that my my Puppet War figure stuff is in. It arrived in New York on the 21st, so I'm hopefully going to be getting that any day now.
Where did it ship from?
Poland.
But yeah, they were out of country.
Coming out of Poland. But it arrived at the Postal Distribution Center in New York City.
That's pretty quick shipping, if I do say so.
Like, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And the price wasn't really any more extravagant for shipping than if I'd ordered it domestically.
Well, they are just little heads.
Yeah, that's true. I got some shields too. So.
Oh, you did? Sweet. Well, we are here to help everyone spend their money.
Seems like everybody's out to try to help me spend my money. Don's posting up websites, frickin' Pop Goes the Monkey crap, because that's where I got my cool shirt, though.
Yeah.
No problem. As a matter of fact, I actually ordered a replacement set and had Darren send them to me, and he sent them to me via priority mail, and I got them within 2 days. But the one you sent me have yet to arrive.
What's that?
Some stuff that I needed from Arizona. That basically my stickers for my tags. The MVA here has been closed for the pandemic and everything, and since I got here, so I've never converted my bike over to Maryland tags yet because it's been insane. So I just re-registered with Arizona, and Joe had sent me my stickers, and they got lost in the mail in the UPS land. So I had to order. I just went ahead and ordered replacements, and Darren priority mailed them to me. I was grumbling too, my friend. But right now, the postal system seems to be broken.
Well, let's be honest. It's been broken for a long time.
No, it's gotten worse because I use postal service a lot. In the last 2 years, it is broken. It is just flat out broken. And if I have a couple, I know we have 2 postal carriers here, and both of them are like, nope, it's broken.
It's had some issues lately. All right. Well, I'm pretty much done for today. There's nothing else I can touch. I'll work on my car. I can touch this.
Well, I'm working on these power coils on the shield.
No big deal. I've always got something to paint. Yeah, this is going to be a fun car to have out on the table.
Oh, I bet.
This is the Erikenstein conversion, 6x, whatever you would call it. Just going to be a fun car. It's only got 3 shots with that 125 millimeter cannon, but
big shots.
Tearing the sides up, tearing people up. And then when it's done shooting, it then just rams into you. That's how we roll here. Sounds like my wife's getting ready. I think we're heading out this morning to do some old shopperoonie stuff.
That sounds fun.
No. But as long as you think it sounds fun, that's important.
Just trying to be supportive, my man.
I know. It'll be fine. Well, it just depends where we end up. We did go out on Thursday and hit the antique things, so that was fun.
This afternoon, I'm going to watch the first of the Conjuring films.
Ooh, super excited. I'll have to admit, Loki was not that exciting on.
Yeah, this week's Loki was kind of blah.
It was backgroundy-ish, I guess, would be the best. It was just like, okay.
Story building.
I guess we can. Third episode in's a good time to do the story building.
Bad Batch was awesome.
I haven't watched that yet. I got to get onto that. I do have a feeling come August 25th, we will be talking about all kinds of new shows. I don't know why.
I have a funny feeling. I think you're right. I think you're procrastinating or prognosticating. Is that the one where you predict the future?
Predicting?
Yeah, there's a different word. I think it's prognosticating.
I'm prophesizing.
Or I've just made a new word.
It's all right. Words, they're not important.
All right. Got those power coils done. I don't know if you can see them or not.
Let me give you full screen. Boom! Oh, yeah. Now I can see them.
when they get the power coils done, I'm trying to still let me dial down the light a bit.
That's procrastinating is right.
Prognosticating.
Little dark, but it makes them glow.
In that light, they stand out, don't they?
Oh yeah. They've got a nice evening glow going on.
Woo! Oh, hang on a minute. I have a glove on. Can't turn my light back on.
Woo! Now it's all glow.
Let's try it this way. See if this works. Instead of zooming in.
Woo! Zoom out.
Come on, focus up.
The focus is it should be good.
Yeah. Anyway, they're a blue greenish, glowy white. You gotta see it when you see it when I come out in August.
Looks good. I like the direction you're going with your model there, sir.
I got one more thing I want to try here. Hang on, just 1 second.
Oh, here, let me give you full screen again. Focus. You really need to have a talk with your camera about focusing in on its projects. There you go. That looks perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that. All I'm really is gazing is at your edge highlighting. Edge highlighting is on point.
We're getting there.
Looking good. I like it a lot. My water was a little fuzzy. I put Dawn dish soap in my paint pot water.
I do. I don't use Dawn. I use my Dial hand soap.
Well, I figured Dawn gets oil off of wildlife. It should be pretty good at getting paint off a paintbrush.
I watched an interesting story about removing tar, and one of the things they're using that helps, like it was an animal show, and a dog had got covered by tar.
Okay.
I missed the part they said how, but he was literally covered with hot tar, and they used vegetable oil.
Really?
To get it all, and they also talked about how they're starting to use that for oil as well, or they just use vegetable oil, and it's all natural, and it seems to separate the oil from everything else, and so I thought that was kind of interesting.
It's like they use citrus for a lot of cleaners and strippers and stuff, because citrus has a lot of. Oh, the citrus strip I use. I don't know what else is in it, but it could just smell like citrus. But Goof Off is a citrus-based cleaning product.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see it. Maybe.
Joe says peanut butter works.
Peanut butter. I could never waste peanut butter that way. I would eat it. Peanut butter. My weakness. The death of me will be peanut butter. Gonna paint my rims. Gonna chrome my rims.
You know you have a problem with Oreo cookies when you're watching a TikTok video compilation, and there's a guy dipping Oreo cookies in milk with a fork. And you're going, wow, I should try that. He literally takes the fork and sticks it into the white filling on the side.
Okay.
And then uses the fork to immerse the Oreo cookie in milk.
So it's completely immersed, so you get no crunchy.
It gets completely immersed, and then he pulls it out because the milk doesn't affect the creamy filling, and the fork holds. He brings that, and it's like, and you can tell you've got a problem with Oreo cookies when you go, that's brilliant. That's awesome. I should try that. Then I went, oh, I'm on a diet. What am I doing?
I can't try that. You could have one.
I could, yeah, but that would be torture. That would be torture.
Torture. Yeah, I'm starting to slip into some of my old bad habits. So
that's what I'm liking about Noom. It is it really addresses a lot of that psychological stuff. Like you have a Noom group that you can put into a chat box any questions. You can put in your goals or your successes. And I'm sitting there one day cooking my breakfast, and one of my group members comes on and says, one of the problems I have whenever I cook is I piece while I'm cooking. I eat what I'm cooking. I keep testing everything, and I'm not logging these calories. And I'm sitting there as I'm doing the same thing as I'm cooking my own breakfast.
Eating your breakfast.
Oh my God, she's right. I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You just never realize just how much you eat until you actually start trying to track it.
Yeah, and I tried to do the when I was dieting, I was trying to use the calorie counters.
Right.
But it's easy when you're buying prepackaged type foods, and you can just look on the package and go, oh, this is 200 calories. Okay, not a problem. It gets really complicated when you start cooking from scratch.
Well, the nice thing is the calorie counter allows me to put in recipes.
Right.
So I'll look at my recipe and it'll say, here's how much you need when you're cooking. And then you can actually enter all the ingredients. It then has the calories in memory. So it brings up what your and then you say, okay, well, I'm doing this, and you put in all the ingredients, and then then ask you how many servings is that, and you tell the servings, and it pops out, well, here's your calorie for this size portion. And it makes it kind of nice, but it takes a while. That's the biggest problem is I have to do a lot of meal prep.
Right.
Which I'm not used to doing. I'm used to just grabbing something on the fly and eating it.
But again, that's where your problem comes.
Yes. Like I don't know if I may have said this on the show before. I know I talked about it. One of the things when I found a great sandwich I can have for lunch every day is ham and turkey, thin sliced.
Right.
But my brain, because my portion control has always been an issue, and I'm thinking, man, this is really good. I think I want to make two, which is hard because I can't have two. So what I did was, and according to what one of the Noom, what they call their psych tricks, is I now take my sandwich and cut it in half, because now I effectively have two sandwiches. And I thought, well, that's really silly. And then I started doing it like that kind of works.
You don't have to really cut them in half. You could just take one piece of bread and just fold it in half.
Well, that's another one. I could do that too.
Just make it look like a couple tacos.
It's just the things that you realize once you start tracking stuff.
Yeah.
You start to realize, oh, wait a minute, I do that? Oh my God. No wonder
Once you realize you're only supposed to consume roughly 2,000 calories a day.
Yes.
Once you're at your ideal weight, how quickly 2,000 calories is consumed in a day. Like some people eat 2,000 calories just for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
You get you go to a restaurant, you sit down, you have some, like when we go to Denny's.
Yep.
Like that Denny's breakfast we used to eat was probably 1,500 calories easy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But you don't realize it till you start keeping track.
And then you kind of realize,
and you're also inundated, every day with, supersize this. Do you want that? Do you want large? It's like, no, I don't need that. But you don't think about it till you start going, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. And I'm sure, we hear like, oh, Americans are. I'm sure this is not an American issue. I'm sure other countries have the same issue with their.
The biggest thing I've noticed from when I was traveling for GW and for Battlefront is portion sizes in other countries are dramatically smaller.
Right.
They're just, when you go in and you order, like, say, if you go in and order like a spaghetti dinner, the portion, here I've gone to some places. There's a little place in Arizona that I love, a little Italian place, and I would order spaghetti, and I would get this almost 14-inch plate full of spaghetti.
Right.
Where if you did the same thing in Europe or in England or in New Zealand, the portions are a lot smaller, which you don't need to eat as much as the portions here that we get here. And quite frankly, I would imagine for a restaurant owner that would help them control their food costs dramatically.
No, there's that psychological. We want people to feel full so they come back.
Right.
But the emotion of eating is not. I'm sure there's emotional eaters every place.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
Because that all it is a lot of time for people for eating. There's emotional issues.
Well, that's my biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why I like when I'm the plan I'm on now, because it addresses those. Because I used to joke that if I have an emotion, positive or negative, I want to celebrate with food.
Yep.
If I want to relax. The other thing that I noticed is when I'm in my evening quiet time and I'm just trying to sit and watch television, I'm like, I want to be munching on something.
Yep.
Where it used to be, it would be like Fritos or chips. Now I usually just go fill a bowl full of grapes, because I can have grapes all day long.
Yeah, I get bored. When I'm bored, I want to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
So if we're watching TV, especially watching Loki on Wednesday, I was a little bored. I wanted to eat.
That's not looking too bad. I like that. I love that shield on the hip.
I think it's looking good, dude.
I can't wait until this whole thing's together. Look at that. Look at that.
I think it's going to look awesome.
I'm coming to kill you. Or I'm coming to draw a lot of fire and die horribly.
I'm coming to roll ones. Oh, wait.
Mean.
True.
I didn't say it wasn't accurate.
All right. I think I'm going to wrap up, dude.
Yeah, I think I'm there too. I got the shield to a point where I got to work on the gem now, but I got to put everything away and start working on Colin's Chaos, guys.
Well, and I've got everything in my work. Chariot is drying. So from here, it's, maybe next week I should be able to start wrapping up the.
Look what you caused, Don.
Let me take full screen real fast.
Woohoo!
So this is what I did. So kind of just getting that wood grain down. I got the contrast paint all drying. So then I'm going to hit it with some Averlant Sunset to get those edges to pop. And hopefully the wheels, do the same thing with the wheels. So
it looks great.
I'm liking it. I'm really digging painting up some of the old school orcs. It's going to be a slow project.
A slow process.
Well, I'm just not in a big rush. It's going to be for Warlords of Erewhon.
Yep.
So I think after I get the Chariot done, I'm really painting the Chariot because Will's is always talking to me at the shop, and he's super excited about the old school orcs, and now it's getting me. It's a little contagious.
It is.
So now that's what's got me a little excited. So the next project for this army will be a unit of 10 orcs.
Right.
And again, I'm just going through my bits box, pulling out stuff out of my bits box that I'm probably never going to use. Like I have no use for my bits box anymore for my orcs. So just pulling models out and painting them up. Like just doing something with stuff I already own so I don't have to go out and buy more stuff.
That will work. Absolutely.
It creates a uniqueness to your life. Like maybe enjoying the things you already have.
I've been going out once a month and I buy there's a really nice storage tub at Staples, because I've been putting I have boxes upon boxes upon boxes of loose sprues that have model bits on them, and I'm up to 6, and they're like 3-gallon tubs.
Are you cutting everything off the sprue?
No, I'm leaving them on the sprues.
Yeah, you just throwing the sprues in there. Yeah.
So, but I have to go through, and I'm slowly going through all my sprues and going, okay, dreadnought bits, vehicle bits, marine bits, and then I put them all into the same tubs. So when I'm all done and I have them all my empty boxes, I'll take a picture and show it on the show of how many of these stubs I need. I've got sprues lying. I've got like 3 stacks of sprues over there that have just, they're this tall, just sprues.
What you need to do is now you're going to segregate your old Marines from your new Marines because you got Primaris Marines versus old Marines, and you've got both.
Already done that.
Yeah, so
I have a tub of old normal size Marines or Spaceballs specifically, and then I have Primaris tubs now. A single Primaris tub so far. So it's like
for me, it's just I've got a banker's box full of orc sprues. It's just all full of orc sprues.
Yeah,
because I've got just orc sprue after orc sprue, and
that's how I'm going. I got this new set from Pop Goes the Monkey. I got to get it done. I need to order a Redemptor, so I'm looking at getting a Redemptor. I literally had Joe put one on hold for me. I was going to call Cody, have him ship it on Monday, and I'm cleaning out, doing my sprue thing, and I went, "Oh, I have a Redemptor.
I don't need another one.
I don't need it anymore because I have so many sprues lying about."
But here's where Mike's logic comes in. But I only have one Redemptor in backup. I need to order another one so that way I build this one. I'll have another one in backup in case another project comes to mind that I want to build a Redemptor.
I don't have to worry about that.
You got another Redemptor?
I do.
So you already have Mike logic.
Yes. I unfortunately, well, the other one that I do is where, a lot of guys, like everybody magnetizes and everything else. And I did that with my Bjorn model. But normally what I do is I don't want to have to switch out weapons. So if I have like 3 versions of a Razorback, 3 different weapons configurations, I'll build each one versus going, I can just magnetize it. And no, I can't do that.
Because you never know. You might need to run all 3 of them.
Absolutely. Well, that's one of the things when I was playing 40K on a regular basis. One of the things I used to pride myself on is you and I could play every day for a week and you'd never face the same army.
Correct.
Because I could throw different stuff in there and make changes and everything else. So,
and that's how my Custodes army is pretty blah. They're like, you fight Custodes one way. There's not a lot you can do to Custodes. My Necron army, I'm not growing my Necron army. It's just I just did the basic stuff. On my Orc army, yeah, I can throw a lot of different things in there. So, and now with all the new stuff coming out and hopefully a better codex coming out, I can really put together a mech army that is going to be fun to play. Because in 8th edition, a mech army just wasn't fun to play. It just, ballistic skill was terrible, and you just got shot up off the table, and it wasn't much fun. But hopefully, because the Stomp is still 900 points.
Yeah,
he's more than double the cost of a knight and worse than a knight.
Yeah,
which makes absolutely no sense. So hopefully they address some of those issues with
it's bizarre.
It's just the way it is. But orcs are just fun to paint. So, and then I have a new challenge because supposedly there's someone that owns a lot of orcs and they feel they own that's crazy. I'm like, I don't think you know crazy. You haven't met this crazy. So, anywho. Anything else you got going on?
Other than getting my brushes today, so paint with use your brushes so we can do a nice review of them on Wednesday.
I'm actually going to open mine on Wednesday's show and start using them.
I'm going to use mine this week to get a kind of feel for how they compare to my Windsors.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll paint the Orc boy for the truck with the Windsor the scale 75 paint.
Yeah, I want to see. I'm not going to use all 8. I mean, I've got all 8 coming, but I want to see how I'm going to pull out one of the aughts or one of the number 1 luxury brushes. I want to see how it paints.
Yeah, I only got 3, so it'd be nice to see what the rest of them look like.
Yeah.
And the different because they're not doing their numbering systems a little bit. You got luxury, basic, like what the heck does this all mean?
Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna break probably one out to compare it to my standard one I use from Windsor, just to see if there's a major difference in the two. But the other I'll probably unbox or unpackage on the show Wednesday.
So that'll be Wednesday night. The Wolf's Den. Darren will not be with us because he's in Montana.
He left for Montana this morning, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he was leaving the next day or 2 or something like that. He wanted to get all that order put away because it was a big restock for the shop, and Darren's always going to put his shop ahead of everything else.
Absolutely.
So he probably won't be with us because when he goes up to Montana, he does his RPG stuff with his friends. What did
Don says that the selection was pretty picked through, but he got us one, which he loved.
Yeah. Well, I'll give it. He'll get a restock on them. So.
They should have got a restock on some of the brushes yesterday. The order for scale just arrived. Should have arrived.
Is that gold? Is that golden? Is that golden?
They come straight from Scale 75 out of Texas.
Okay.
They were supposed to deliver yesterday.
He was waiting for an FX or a FedEx order yesterday.
Right.
He said something about being golden, so I didn't know.
Yeah, that's Golden's one of the distributors he uses.
Yeah. So anyways, he's got a lot going on. So he won't be with us, but Jeff and I will be here on Wednesday night. Hopefully that's the Wednesday that kicks off my vacation. I'll find out Monday morning with my new boss. Don't know how that's all going to go over. Hey, boss, nice to meet you. I need to take next week off or I lose time. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Hey, I got nothing else. Wednesday night.
Yeah. No, on Wednesday we will be showing off the new Scale 75 brushes.
Cool. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us and hanging out with us. Just enjoy your weekend. Have a great time with your friends and your family. Go play some games.
Yep.
I'm gonna go shopping. So, all right. I'll talk to y'all later.
I'm gonna paint. So,
woo! Can't wait to see what you paint. Because those
on Wednesday.
Those last models you showed off are awesome.
Yeah, I've got the Black Legion stuff that I'll finish up today, so I picked for next show.
All right. See y'all later.
Take
Bye.
care.